Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I see y'all already in here with it. Lunchtime with the bullies, man. Let's get it. Let's crack a window in here. Let's crack a window in here. Somebody said Minshew made the plays he needed to make, but we have to get better. We had to get a better release from the wideouts, man. You know what? I was thinking about that too, because a major knock on Jalen Hurts. A major knock on Jalen Hurts was that Jalen Hurts wasn't targeting Devontae Smith enough. I don't know what happened to him yesterday. I do not know what happened yesterday. You know what I mean? I want to say he got locked up yesterday. I want to say he might have got locked up yesterday. But when you think about it, 60% of Minshew's completions were 5 yards or less or behind the line of scrimmage. The game plan really doesn't dictate for that for real all the time. 60% of Gardner Minshew's completions were at the line of scrimmage or behind it, or 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage or behind it. So I mean Minshew wasn't throwing the ball deep for real. So I mean, unless you're gonna bring Devontae Smith closer to the line of scrimmage, I don't know. Devontae was getting double. I mean, cool. They doubled Smitty the whole game, and so you got to start going with people. Then you got to start going for other solutions if Devontae Smith is getting doubled. You got to start going for other solutions if that's the case. Smitty was bracketed, then underthrown all game. Yeah, you know what? And that's is it me? Is it me, or is Gardner Minshew's arm possibly weaker than Jalen Hurts' arm? Is that just in my head? Because on both of the Dallas Goedert touchdown passes, it seems like Dallas Goedert had to wait for the ball. Seems like he had to wait for the ball a little bit. But in all, man, I got to give this game really for real. I got to give this game to the coaches. Right, that's why Goddard was open all day. I got to give this game to the coaches for real. Because I see it. I see a little weakness in this arm. It's actually weaker than Jalen Hurts' arm. So, it's not a coincidence that Jalen Hurts is going to continue to be the starter, man, because Jalen Hurts gives you an added dimension. First of all, I want to give a shout-out to the coaches before we get into the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout-out to the coaches before we get into the meat and potatoes, because the coaches called the game plan that didn't put Gardner Minshew in harm's way at all. Called the game plan that didn't put him in harm's way at all. I mean, 60% of the completions at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. And Nick Sirianni is the type, if them screen passes are working, he's going to keep using a screen pass. I mean, forgive me if I'm not as excited as other content creators, and this has nothing to do with the quarterback switch or me being pro Hurts or anti Gardner Minshew. That's not the case at all. I'm not excited as other guys because I didn't see anything out of Gardner Minshew that Jalen Hurts hasn't shown me already this season. I didn't see anything out of him for real. Like, Jalen Hurts had the same half against the Denver Broncos, the same half that Gardner Minshew had, with the exception of a drop touchdown pass from Quez Watkins. He had the same half. He had the same half against the Denver Broncos. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand this. The accuracy and the way Gardner Minshew throws the ball, yes, it's a place for that in the National Football League. But what happens when you play a better defense and they stop the screen pass? I'll give you a perfect example. You know who absolutely shut the quick game down of the Philadelphia Eagles? The Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers shut the quick game down. We didn't adjust to another game plan. What had to happen? Jalen Hurts had to initially drive the ball down the field using his legs to get touchdowns. The game plan wasn't working passing-wise. Jalen Hurts had to go into his bag of tricks. Gardner don't got a bag of tricks. That's the difference. The difference is Gardner doesn't have a superstar attribute that can will him to a touchdown when you really need it. When you really need it. Now, what if the team would have had the case of the dropsies with Gardner Minshew out there yesterday? Now, anybody can beat Zach Wilson. Anybody could beat Zach Wilson. I was surprised Zach Wilson looked as good as he did. You know what I mean? Anybody could beat Zach Wilson. So anybody on our roster could beat Zach Wilson. Gardner Minshew, Jalen Hurts, whoever the third guy is. So I never really thought we was going to lose this game because we're a more talented football team in totality. But I got to talk about it as if it's just a quarterback and not Gardner Minshew. I got to talk about it the same way we've been talking about it when you're talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has a good half. What do we do? Well, what did he do in the second half? Well, what did Gardner Minshew do in the second half? 6 for 10 for 54 yards. We only had 3 field goals. And before you comment and say we took our foot off the gas and start running the ball, he only threw the ball 5 times less than he did in the first half. He only threw the ball 5 times less than he did in the first half. So, already that shows that when a defense, it's easy to guard a guy like Gardner Minshew. It's easy to prep for a guy like Gardner Minshew. 4 field goals, okay. It's easy to prep for a guy like Gardner Minshew. It's not easy to prep for a guy like Jalen Hurts. Now, I agree, Jalen Hurts do got to start spinning the ball better. We're not going to get away from that. He got to spin the ball better, because if Jalen Hurts can spin the ball better and still have those lethal runs that he has, a true dual threat is on the horizon. But, it's good. It's good to have a backup that can come in and get you a win when your team is hurting. O-line was definitely great. Yes, O-line been great all year. Miles Sanders has gotten better as an inside runner. I don't really think. See, the thing, Miles Sanders had a career day in carries yesterday. Miles Sanders has never had more than 20 carries in the game. I don't think he ever had 20 carries in the game, if I'm correct. But he had a career day. I think he had 24 carries. The more you use any running back and the more this running back is getting positive yardage, the game will be easier for the running back. I have no idea why we didn't force Miles to be a bell cow earlier in his career. But, I like what I seen out of Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders showed me that he could tote the rock 25 times a game. So I'm excited for that. But this is my concern. Say you start Gardner Minshew next week, hypothetically. Kelsey done for the season. I didn't hear that. I was impressed with Kenneth Gainwell as well. But say you start. We're gonna talk about Kenneth Gainwell later though. Say you start Gardner Minshew hypothetically. We play Washington next, who is really sound against quarterbacks who stay in the pocket. They're really good at guarding those dudes. Look at Washington's on a 4-game winning streak. If you think Gardner Minshew has the better chance of beating Washington over Jalen Hurts, you're absolutely bugging. Every team is not going to leave guys wide open. It's the Jets. The same way everybody said it's Atlanta, it's the Jets. It was dudes literally wide open. It's the Jets. And the Jets are so terrible in my opinion. That they didn't have a plan B in case Gardner Minshew started. They went out there for that first half and played like Jalen Hurts was going to be out there. You see the couple times we tried to use Gardner Minshew in the running game, it went absolutely nowhere. But you see how they was all over it? They prepared for that. I've seen Mark Sanchez play better. It's only one game and Jets are bad. Bottom of every stat. Yeah. We need Hurts. He would have got hit Smitty in the hands. Did Smitty drop a pass? What are we talking about? Start Minshew, then if he lacks in the next game, throw Hurts in. You can't start Minshew. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback that got you winning three out of the last 4 before you lost to the Giants. I don't understand what we're talking about. Good morning. Love what you do. Keep up the good work. Hurts will win a Super Bowl if we give him a chance. It's hard to say who's going to win a Super Bowl, but you know what I mean? Shout out to the Lions. Too. What the Lions do? Oh, they beat Yo, we good? We good? We good? Okay, we good now? My bad. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, where was I at? I think the one thing that stood out to me the most about Gardner Minshew, we all know that he's immobile, and we know how much that helps us. We all know that. You know what I mean? The one thing that stood out to me the most was I thought he had a stronger arm than that. I honestly thought he had a stronger arm than that. You know what I mean? I didn't really watch him play that much in Jacksonville. Who the hell watches Jacksonville? Which is what's so crazy to me. You want to know the other crazy thing to me? Like as a franchise, we've gotten so pathetic, in my opinion, that we are excited about what the Jags was excited about. Like, we over here talking about Minshew mania. Ain't that something that the Jags made up? Ain't that what the Jags made up? Come on. Come on. But listen, he's a very, very serviceable quarterback. A lot of people saying that they think he's gonna be the Broncos quarterback next year. But is he better than Teddy Bridgewater? Is he better than Teddy Bridgewater? Garner more mobile than I thought, though. He has some escapability. He got some escapability, but you can't run the same offense that we was running with Jalen Hurts. And it don't look like the offense changed much. It don't look like the offense changed much. It looked like what we really did was, we just featured Miles Sanders more. We featured Miles Sanders more instead of running the RPOs. We featured Miles Sanders more, so it is what it is. Minshew did his job, came in and won the game while Jalen was down. Let's stop with the start Minshew bull. I mean, listen, it don't even really matter who you really start for real. It don't matter who you start. I just believe that you're gonna get the best chance of winning with Jalen Hurts. Look at the first half that Jalen Hurts had against the Broncos. Now, really, you only could really judge Gardner Minshew off the first half because, like I said, in the second half he was 6 for 10. He was 6 for 10, all field goals, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He didn't turn the ball over. That's cool. You know what I mean? But Jalen Hurts is going to do things like give you 100 and something rushing yards. Give you like 100 and 200 passing yards and 60 rushing yards. Them 60 rushing yards are critical to the eye discipline of the defense. Now, I'm not saying that's the only way to win with a quarterback that can give you 60 rushing yards, but I just feel like that Jalen Hurts is still our best chance to win right now, especially after what I seen from Gardner Minshew against the Jets. Even though it was a damn good performance for a guy who hasn't played at all this season. But it's the Jets. It's the Jets. It's the Jets. So excuse me if I'm not jumping for joy like we just discovered the tomb of Jesus Christ. I'm not going to do that over a win against the Jets. We ain't do that over a win against Carolina. We ain't do that over a win against goddamn Atlanta. You know what I mean? The only time I seen the franchise happy over a win when it was against Denver. So I'm not about to change the narrative. I'm not about to change the narrative and critique the quarterback differently because it's another quarterback and I'm going to hold him to the same standard. Did we utilize the middle of the field? No. Did we utilize the left side of the field? No. Did we target Devontae Smith? No, we didn't. It was basically you just swapped in another dude. That's all you really did for real, because Jalen Hurts is not losing to the Jets. He's not losing to the Jets especially after the performance that he put up against New York. Jets team didn't play coverage. D-backs took the day off. Backups came in and played well a lot. The others don't get a chance to the game plan for them. The Giants. I'm saying on that ball in the end zone, Gardner underthrew it. I got to look at that one again. The only two underthrows that I was seeing was the ones that Goddard. I believe we should draft a center in the second round. I mean, if you could get Kelsey to come back, you got to keep Kelsey as long as he want to play. Remember, this the same guy who got the boy in Jacksonville. Who got what boy in Jacksonville? Minshew seems to have a better touch pass. Minshew definitely got a better touch pass. Minshew definitely has a better touch pass. He definitely has a better touch pass. I will say that. Minshew got better touch. He got way better touch on the ball than Jalen Hurts got. Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts has been lacking touch all season. Some touchdown passes, where guys still should have caught the ball. He throws it a little too hard sometimes when it's like a pass that's really, really close to you. He do got better touch. He underthrew Watkins, could have been a touchdown. He was running wide open. On the 3rd and 19. Hurts can't see receivers running right in his face. Yeah, he got to tighten up on some things. He definitely got to tighten up on some things. Got to give him time to develop. To be fair, Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew got to develop. They both. J Love, man, what's going on, bro? Long time no see. Sorry, bro. It looked like a damn normal offense. Hurts is a running back, bro. We need passing, not running. Without the run, Hurts is nothing, and that style don't last. Stop it. Well, I gotta disagree with you right there. I mean, Jalen Hurts got more passing yards than Trevor Lawrence. But I think Trevor Lawrence might have passed him. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts has around the same amount of passing yards as Trevor Lawrence, the #1 pick, and he got damn near 700 rushing yards. I mean, what style don't last? Lamar Jackson won the MVP. What style doesn't last? Russell Wilson has been good for like 10 years, being a dual threat and running for first downs. What style doesn't last? You tell me the style that lasts then. Because I think you could win both ways. I think you could win with a pocket passer, and I think you could win with a guy that got a little bit of mobility. I think you could win with a guy that got a little bit of mobility. Josh Allen got mobility. I mean, what are we talking about? There's been mobile quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is one of the deadliest quarterbacks because when he decides to run, it's often for a first down. Dave Dust, what up? It's clear we need edge rushers. That's one of the major issues on the team, in my opinion. I don't know which. I don't think we need. Yeah, you need to draft an edge rusher for sure. But you know, it don't matter who you draft. I think it's the philosophy of the defense that's kind of weak and broken and soft at the same time. I mean, like I said, you can go get the 85 Bears. If they're playing the way that they played yesterday, then nothing's going to happen. It's just like no toughness. It's no toughness at all in terms of the defense and you know how they play and how they approaching the game. There's no way in the world that Zach Wilson's ass shouldn't have been on fire from the first possession. There's no way in the world. This should have been like a 42-6 game. A 42-6 game. But it's the passing. Hurts not accurate enough. I mean, we saying things, but we're not really looking at the numbers, man. I'm not really about to go into all the numbers of how underrated Hurts has been in the passing game. I'm not even going to do that, man. It's just way too much time. It's like I'm not about to regurgitate a bunch of stuff to make the case for another quarterback. I mean, I want to keep it as much facts as possible because it's clearly and it's really just truly no bias. I'm trying to hold the fan base and the community to the same exact standard. I'm trying to hold them to the same standard. When Jalen Hurts has a good half of football and it tapers off in the second half, we say he didn't finish the game strong. That's not the case with Gardner Minshew. We didn't do that with Gardner Minshew. When Jalen Hurts plays against Atlanta, we say it's just Atlanta. Minshew played the Jets, and I'm not really hearing nobody say that. I'm just trying to keep it the same. I'm trying to be in uniform with the way the community is moving. And every time I'm in uniform with the way the community is moving, it makes it seem like it's something other than it's not. I mean, I'm trying to keep it in uniform. Where players underthrown, listen, not utilized in the middle of the field. We're going to talk about Reagor. I'm going to leave it at this. Not utilized in the middle of the field, not throwing to the left, and not targeting Devontae Smith are major knocks week in and week out on Jalen Hurts. Major knocks week in and week out on Jalen Hurts. We refuse to acknowledge that he beat Denver. He beat the Saints. These are great defensive teams. Week in and week out, these are knocks. If you look at the throw chart that I put on Twitter, all Minshew did was throw to the right, didn't target the middle of the field. 60% of the passes 5 yards or shorter. I mean, it's the same shit Jalen Hurts do. So I'm holding it to the same standard. You know what I mean? I'm holding it to the same standard, man. Hurts threw 3 interceptions against the Giants. I mean, when was the other game we threw 3 interceptions? We acting like this is a normal occurrence. Where's the other game that he threw 3 interceptions? How often does that happen? How often does that happen? It doesn't happen a lot. You know what I mean? But listen, I mean, in fact, it's only happened once in his career. Now, people want to know my take on Jalen Reagor. This is my take on Jalen Reagor, honestly. I think Jalen Reagor just really honestly needs a string of a couple good plays. I think Jalen Reagor needs a string of a couple good plays. I don't feel as strongly as some of the other people do because I understand wide receivers and young players make mistakes. I think he needs to be featured like in the beginning of the game. Give him a couple plays. Because you saw when he planted his hand in the dirt, made a little quick cut back in the stadium, said, oh, and he only got a yard and a half. He was smiling. Just a yard and a half. He was happy. He was happy. He was happy. Use him in a Deebo Samuels-like role. You got to take him away from receiving kicks and receiving punts. People tried to fight me a couple weeks ago when I said he lets everything go over his head and it bites us in the ass every time. People tried to fight me about that. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's fit out to be a punt returner in a National Football League. This ain't college. The last and final take is that Kenneth Gainwell probably a better wide receiver than him. Gainwell is probably a better wide receiver than him. You know what I mean? Probably a better wide receiver than him. Hurts' offense doesn't pass a lot, so he isn't prone to throwing interceptions. That's cap. Look at the first 7 weeks of the season. I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, yo? Look at the first 7 weeks of the season when Jalen Hurts had back-to-back 300 passing yard games. Look at the first half of the season. We wasn't running the ball. What do you think we was doing? What do you think we were doing? We ran the ball the least in the NFL the first 7 weeks of the season, and Jalen Hurts still didn't have an interception throwing game like he did against the Giants. What are we talking about? So that's not true. That's what I'm saying. We gotta keep it uniform. We gotta keep it uniform, man. We gotta keep it uniform. I don't believe Jalen Hurts has an interception problem just based off the first 7 weeks of the season and that aspect. With how many times we were throwing the ball when the season kicked off. And everybody laughed at us for not running the ball. I would expect to have seen more interceptions. You know what I mean? So we ain't going to sit here and say Jalen Hurts' offense stops him from throwing the ball magically. He was throwing the ball a hell of a lot in the first half of the season. A hell of a lot in the first half of the season. What you're going to see, this is what you really see. You see the growth of the coaching staff. Because the coaching staff will never put Minshew or Hurts in that situation again. Jalen Hurts had to take the brunt of bad play calling and bad decision making by coaches and bad game plans, which made the whole offense look bad. I think Hurts is going to take a lot from watching Minshew in this game. I think he is too. And Minshew's going to take a lot from actually playing in the game. Minshew's going to take a lot from actually playing in the game. You know what I mean? But you definitely can't be mad at what you saw out of Gardner Minshew. You can't be mad. Because if the team decides to like bench Jalen Hurts or go in a different direction, trading Jalen Hurts and keeping Gardner Minshew, you got a guy who can run a competent offense. My only question with Gardner Minshew is the deep ball. I literally have not seen Gardner Minshew drop back and just put it up. I haven't seen it. That's my only question with Gardner Minshew. Now, I don't doubt that he can do it. I haven't seen it from him. Wait, the starter taking a lot from the backup, that's a problem, and that tells you the whole story. I mean, Gardner Minshew might got more starts than him. Like that, J-Love, that don't even make sense, man. That don't even make sense. Jalen Hurts and Zach Wilson have said they've learned a lot from Joe Flacco, who was their backup this season. So, I mean, you never stop learning, bruh. Use Jalen like the Falcons use Patterson. I think that's the best way, like a Patterson or a Deebo Samuel. But that's the same with Hurts, no deep ball. I've seen the deep ball out of Jalen Hurts. I've seen the deep ball. I've seen Jalen Hurts throw good deep balls. We can go down the list. I'm a fact-based YouTube channel. We can go down the list. The 90-yard pass to Quez Watkins. The 90-yard catch and run to Quez Watkins. It wasn't a screen. It was like 40 yards in the air. Quez took it like another 40 and was tackled down. We didn't score on that drive. The 2 drop touchdown passes to Jalen Reagor are deep balls. An 83-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson when he was still here. That was a deep ball. The pass that he threw over Patrick Surtain against Denver, that was a deep ball. Let me think. The first touchdown catch of Devontae Smith's career, that was a deep ball. There got to be more. Oh yeah, the touchdowns that were called backward deep balls, one to Reagor, one to Smitty. We're not gonna cap on his name. We're not gonna cap on his name because we saw a good performance out of Gardner Minshew. We're not gonna cap on his name. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Quez touchdown drop, exactly. The Quez drop really hurt me because Jalen would have had 3 touchdown passes in that half. Devontae got pushed out for a deep ball. Yeah, I know. No yak with Jalen. I wonder why. Yeah, that's a good point. Haven't seen a lot of yards after catch from Jalen Reagor. I'm sorry. Haven't seen a lot of yards after catch from Jalen Reagor. And you would think a guy of his stature would be, prolific in that. You would think a guy of his stature would be prolific in that. This is a growing season for sure. Yeah, exactly. This is definitely a growing season for sure. Nate Herbert or Brooks. I mean, if Brooks healthy, he got to come out and play. If Brooks is healthy, he got to come out and play. By the way, you were wrong about Hurts. He only had 2 games with over 300 passing yards, and they both were losses. I didn't say they were wins or losses. The point of me bringing up the 300-yard passing games was the point to prove that we threw the ball a lot in the beginning of the season, which is why he had more passing yards in the beginning of the season. I mean, what am I right or wrong about? That is just a fact. Man, how many growing seasons we need? What are you talking about? This is the first growing season. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Keep it funky, Brun. What? Keep it funky, Brun. You just like the young brother Hurts. I do like Hurts. I like Hurts. I said in the beginning of this, I think Hurts gives us the best chance of winning. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my perspective. That's always been my perspective when you talk about Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew. I mean, what do you want me to say? You want me to change my mind because how you feel? That's not how this work, bro. That's not how this work at all. That's not how this work at all. I'm damn sure not about to be running around here screaming Minshew mania over a Jets win. I'm not going to be doing that. Now, I prefer Hurts because I think the skill set is better for sure. I prefer Hurts. I think the overall skill set is better. I do. I think the overall skill set is better. I mean, that's how I feel. You can't be mad at me about how I feel. I'm not these guys, man, who gonna run around here screaming. Listen, I'm not these guys, bro. If y'all needed to see more out of Jalen Hurts, I damn sure need to see more out of Gardner Minshew. A Jets win don't win me over. A Jets win don't win me over. You want to know when Jalen Hurts won me over? When he beat the #1 defense last year with the Saints. Then that game that he had against the Cardinals. That's when he won me over. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, like, it's not a critique. I'm not being hard on Gardner Minshew's start. I'm just not out here ready to throw a parade like some of these other content creators over a Jets win. We was going to beat the Jets regardless. Do I think Gardner Minshew, if he starts, do I think he beats Washington? No. Do you see what they just did to Derek Carr? An immobile guy who runs when he got to? No. 95% of the NFL is well equipped to defend a passer like Gardner Minshew. 90% of the NFL is not equipped to seal the edge and deal with a running quarterback like Jalen Hurts. Hell no. They not. That's the facts. So it's not about who I like better. It's about who gives us the better chance to win. You know what I mean? It's about who gives us the better chance to win. You gotta be kidding me, man. A lot of dudes, a lot of pocket passing quarterbacks who are put in a situation like Jalen Hurts was. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, bailed out the Eagles when we played Carolina. He bailed out the Eagles when we played Carolina. Hurts got to win convincingly the rest of the games. And that's sad. I just think he got to win. I just think he got to win and don't be the reason that we lose. He got to win and don't be the reason that we lose. Let's talk about all the passing touchdowns that got called back because of penalties and drops. You know, I'm tired of beating that horse, though, to keep it a buck. I'm tired of beating that horse, man. I'm tired of beating that horse because it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. And that's my real issue with the community. That's my real issue with the community. Stuff to me like second half stats don't matter as long as you win. But I got to make it matter because it matters for Hurts, right? So shouldn't I bring it up against Gardner Minshew? I got to bring it up, right? Because that's what we do, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. You know what I mean? But when I pull a U on y'all, it's different. It get different. It get different. Hurts is your best option. LB, are you saying your fan base is happy with Minshew because y'all beat the Jets? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The fan base is split 50-50 because Gardner Minshew beat the Jets. The fan base is split 50-50 because Gardner Minshew beat the Jets. They split 50-50 because Gardner Minshew beat the Jets. And a lot of that is for different reasons. A lot of that is for reasons that's outside of football, for real. Because this is what a lot of people don't understand. I'm really from Philly. I really know how it is. I'm going to tell you one thing. Gardner Minshew ain't beating Washington. Beating Washington. He's not beating Washington because Washington is not going to allow him to stand back there and dink and dunk. They not going to allow it. Jalen Hurts can beat Washington. I'm going to tell you why. Because Washington is going to have to keep an eye out for the backfield. They're going to have to keep an eye out on Jalen Hurts. They might, at some point in the game, start having to use additional personnel to do a QB spy. You don't got to do that for Gardner Minshew. You don't got to do that. If the run game ain't working with the running backs, Jalen Hurts is activated because he'll run the ball and move the chains. You can't do that with Gardner Minshew. That's why I believe just that quality alone. It's not a real big discrepancy in arm talent. It's not. I think Gardner Minshew has just been groomed more to use his arm over his athleticism. See, you can be taught to throw the football better. You can't teach athleticism. You can't teach certain stuff. You can teach how to make better reads and how to throw a football better. You can't teach the things that Jalen Hurts brings to the game. His arm just got to catch up to everything else. You know what I mean? Liz, thanks for the donation, Liz. And this why I fuck with you, LB. Y'all ready to make Minshew QB. You won after one game, but Jalen can't get a whole season. Hurts all day, baby. I'm not ready to anoint this dude after beating the Jets. That's laughable to me. And I'm not knocking no content creators who ready to do it. I'm not knocking no content creators who ready to do it. But I didn't build my foundation off of doing what other people do. I didn't build it off of being wish-washy and flowing which way of the trees. I built my foundation off of going against the grain. I built my foundation off of that. We could go down and walk down memory lane right now. I built my foundation off saying DK Metcalf was going to be a stud. I built my foundation off of saying stuff like Michael Pittman is going to be good. Elijah Moore, who could have cooked us yesterday had he had a better quarterback. Mac Jones was going to be the best guy in this draft class. I built my foundation off of saying the stuff that other people wouldn't even tune their brain cells to say. They would not even say these things. They would not even think outside the box enough to even understand this type of thinking. It's easy to say Minshew mania after 1 week because everybody else is doing it. It's easy to do that. So Jalen Hurts has to win the rest of the games convincingly. Goodbye, Minshew beats the Jets and he's the guy. This is what Jalen Hurts got to do, though. If we're talking playoffs, we got to win. We got to win 3 straight. We got to sweep Washington because Washington is right there with us. These 2 games against Washington are important. We're going to beat the Giants on the next game. We got to win 3 out of this next 4 if we talking about it. We got to win 3 out of these next 4, man. 3 out of the next 4 if we talking about playoffs. We got to win 3 out of the next 4. And I'm glad to see Jalen Hurts in this position. You cannot take this opportunity from Jalen Hurts. You can't take it from Jalen Hurts. It's too risky as an organization. Think about it like this. Say you pull Jalen Hurts, hypothetically, you pull Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season. And then the Eagles go out there and bomb these last 4 games. Me personally, I don't know what everybody else is going to do, but I'm going to always remember this point in time where we got 6 wins, Dallas got 8, and Washington got 6. And we got nothing but division games left between the 3 teams. Nothing but division games left. And that will ultimately decide if we get into a wild, because right now Washington is in a wild card spot. Dallas is a division leader. It's nothing but space and opportunity. Who are you going to put in that position? The guy who ultimately got you the record that you got? Or a guy that just got 1 win? You got it. You got to give Jalen Hurts the opportunity. If Jalen Hurts go out there and stink it up, then do what you do. We talk about that later. But the opportunity is deserving of him. Got 2 weeks of this until we play Washington. Definitely got 2 weeks of this, Mike. Not me personally, but we got 2 weeks of this for sure. You know what I mean? And I want to apologize to y'all. We didn't do GOAT Talk in 2 weeks now? I got to get my laptop fixed, man. My laptop is acting crazy, man. I got an appointment at Apple today. They're going to have to fix that. Dallas still has us in Arizona left. Exactly. So, theoretically, what I want to happen on Sunday, for real, and I can't stand the Washington football team. I actually want Washington to go out there and touch Dallas. If Washington beat Dallas, thought we have that final spot, LB. No, we don't got the final spot right now. We don't have the final spot right now because Washington won. We was in the final spot for like 35, 40 minutes. If Washington would have lost to the Raiders, we would have had the final spot. But being as though Washington and us have the same record, well, we don't have the same record. We got the same amount of wins. We got one more win. We got one more loss because Washington already had their bye. We got one more loss. Now, Washington most likely going to get trampled by Dallas, so we both going to be 6 and 7 at the end of the week. But I think Washington will still be ahead of us because Washington might have a win in the division. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If Hurts stinking up first half, do you play Gardner Minshew? No, I don't. I don't play Gardner Minshew the rest of the season unless Hurts hurt. Like, I can't even believe that's a thought. I can't even believe we actually really talking about that. I can't believe it. We really out here. We really let another fan base like the Jacksonville Jaguars sell us on Minshew Mania. Did we even make that up? Did we even make up Minshew Mania, or are we biting off the Jags? Since when do we copy teams like the Jaguars? Like, are we kidding? Are we kidding? Anybody on Washington that scares you? Ron Rivera. Oh, damn, G, you think y'all going to beat him? I think we take the first one and lose the second one to Dallas. I also think Ron Rivera scared me because Ron Rivera can get them boys to play. Ron Rivera scared me more than Scary Terry. Terry don't scare me because I think Slay is up for that challenge. Slay respects Terry enough to play Terry well. Ron Rivera scares me because it's really not Scary Terry or no one player. The difference with Washington right now is that Washington is running the ball effectively. Washington is having these long methodical drives in the fourth quarter that is sucking up the entire fourth quarter. Washington is running the ball. Washington is putting teams away. Washington is salting games away to perfection. That is coaching. I saw Washington the last couple weeks run the play clock down to like 3. Every play with like 8 minutes left, run that joint down to like 3 seconds and ice the game and get the game over with. Cool Eagle, thank you for the super chat. Hurts definitely has a shorter leash than we thought. They're definitely going to have him in call if they think Jalen not playing up to par. Yeah, the leash is short. The leash is short. I'm not denying that at all. 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 Now, do I think the leash is justifiably short? No. I don't think the leash is justifiably short at all. I don't think so, because when you look at Jalen Hurts and then you look at guys like Trevor Lawrence, who everybody told me was a generational talent, and for Jalen Hurts to be outplaying Trevor Lawrence, I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Look at Trevor Lawrence's leash. Trevor Lawrence could damn near retire a Jaguar. He's going to retire a Jaguar. And I think Trevor Lawrence has been very underwhelming, to say the least. Look at Zach Wilson's leash. Zach Wilson threw that interception yesterday. I had to listen to the commentators make excuses for it. Do you believe we getting an LB? It depends, you know. I'll talk about us getting in after I see the next two games. You got to beat Washington. You're going to beat the Giants. I'm telling you, you're going to beat the Giants. You got to beat Washington, man. Washington is like the hottest team in the game right now, man. Washington is the hottest team in the game, man. You got to respect that. You got to respect that. You got to respect that. Yo, LB, what up? Glad I caught lunchtime with the Bullies all division our last 4 games. You got to beat Washington. If you beat Washington the first time, I think you sweep them. I think you sweep them. Now, we got 3 home games out of the last 4, so it's a damn good chance. And the Cowboys just don't play us good in Philly. They don't play us good in Philly. Washington 1-0 in the division. They last 5 games all division. Our last 4 games division. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? For real, in an ideal situation, we want Washington to sweep Dallas, and we want to sweep Washington and beat Dallas one more time. If something like that happens, like the division is not even clinched. Like, we literally can still win the division. We literally could still win the division, man. But you know, it's all up in the air, man. It's all up in the air, man. The bottom line, man. The bottom line of this video is this, man. The Philadelphia Eagles got 2 quarterbacks who have tremendous upside, so you can't be mad at either one. My message to any content creator and anybody that's watching the situation closely is to keep it the same when you're critiquing these guys. Don't judge a guy's first half to his second half if you're not going to do that with Gardner Minshew. Don't judge the competition of play that Jalen Hurts is playing if you're not going to do that with Gardner Minshew. That's my only problem. Keep it down the middle. And when I start keeping it down the middle, it's like I got a problem with the win. No, I'm giving them both the same slice of bread. I'm giving them both the same slice of bread. I'm keeping it the same. That's all I'm doing. No such thing as just the Jets. Tell the Vikings that it's just the Lions. Well, you can make that little weird emoji face if you want. Then there's no such thing as just Atlanta, because I heard that the whole week 1. The whole week 1. We couldn't even enjoy our week 1 win because everybody said it was just the Falcons. Then they said it was just Sam Darnold. At the time when we beat Carolina, they had one of the best defenses in the league. What we talking about, bro? I mean, I'm just keeping it clean and cut down the middle. I'm keeping it clean and cut down the middle, man. Official video coming later, man. We're going to talk a little bit about Jalen Reagor later on this week. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'll do GOAT talk, you know what I mean, this week. I'm looking at getting my my laptop repaired. NFC roundtable coming up too. You know what I mean? I don't know if Louis T wanted to announce this yet, but that's going down on the 8th. I believe on Louis T channel, me, Bad Dog Law, and Louis T once again. We're going to be talking about the state of the division and how close it is between the Eagles, Washington, and, you know,